Today's discussion is on profit in lieu of salary, which is defined in section 17(3) of the Income Tax Act 1961. Now let us first understand this term. Profit will be any gain or benefit, and in lieu of salary means instead of salary. So in short, profit in lieu of salary will be any gain or benefit received instead of salary. Now let us understand this concept in detail. Any compensation due to or received by an assessee from his employer or former employer in connection with the termination of his employment is termed as profit in lieu of salary. For example, a company whose employee strength is 1000 employees and it decides to reduce the employee strength by 10%, then for the 100 employees which are terminated by the company, it pays a lump sum compensation of say a payment equivalent to 3 months or 6 months salary. Then such a compensation is termed as profit in lieu of salary. Second point, any compensation due to or received by an assessee from his employer or former employer in connection with the modification of his employment. Now the example could be an employee is shifted to a new place, area, city, and for this he is paid a lump sum compensation, then it is also termed as profit in lieu of salary. Another example could be an employee is told to work in a night shift instead of day shift, and for this his terms of employment are modified by giving him additional compensation, then such additional compensation will also be termed as profit in lieu of salary. Now let us see what are exceptions, that is what is not included in the concept of profit in lieu of salary. So any payment of gratuity which is exempted under section 10(10)(d), which is paid by the employer or the former employer to an employee, will not be considered as profit in lieu of salary. Similarly, payment of house rent allowance exempted under section 10(13)(a), then payment of commuted pension exempted under section 10(10)(a), payment of retrenchment compensation exempted under section 10(10)(b), payment from an approved superannuation fund exempted under section 10(13), or payment from a statutory provident fund or public provident fund, then payment from a recognized provident fund to the extent it is exempt under section 10(12), and payment from an unrecognized provident fund or such other fund to the extent it does not consist of contribution of the employee or the interest on the contribution will not be termed as profit in lieu of salary. Now the fourth point is any sum received under a keyman insurance policy, including a sum allocated by way of bonus on such policy. If it is received by an employee from the employer, then it will be considered as profit in lieu of salary. Now let us see what is a keyman insurance policy. A keyman insurance is a life insurance policy that a company purchases on a life of an owner, a top executive, or any other individual considered critical or important for the business. Now the fifth point is any amount due to or received whether in lump sum or otherwise by an assessee from any person before his joining any employment with that person. For example, joining bonus paid to an employee by his employer, or after cessation of his employment with that person. For example, an employee may have served the company for let's say 15 or 20 years, and for this the employer gives him a lump sum amount for the appreciation of his service, then this will also be termed as profit in lieu of salary. So these 5 points covers the topic of profit in lieu of salary. Thank you. If you like the video, please click on the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel.